because that energy is not where it needs to go. It's stopped up, okay? Like a toilet, it's stopped up, okay? You got problems. Whatever floats your boat, that's where we at. Y'all out here playing in these streets though. I don't know what's going on. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 7 of the 7-part series talking about Chakras 101. So that means it's the last one, alright? If you have been following this series, thank you so much. If this is your first video, thank you so much. You know, either way, it's all good in the hood because we just happy that we are finished, okay? After this one, we're finished, alright? I'm so excited. If you have not been following the series, or you have been following the series and you need a little bit of a refresher on what chakras are, chakras are these energy centers that's in our body. Think of them as little gateways or cogs or whatever, but the purpose of each chakra is to facilitate energy flowing to a certain part of our body. It's making sure that energy is flowing as it should up and down our body so that there is harmony of the mind, body, soul, blah, 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 all right? So when you hear about chakras, typically you will hear somebody say that a chakra is blocked or underactive, open or balanced, or overactive, okay? So if a chakra is blocked or underactive, that means that the door is closed, okay? There is no energy coming through, or enough energy is not coming through, so there is some type of blockage. So you are not able to live the healthy lifestyle that you should be living. There is some type of illness, there is something going on, quality of life, if your chakra is blocked, because that energy is not where it needs to go. It's stopped up, okay? Like a toilet, it's stopped up, okay? You got problems. Now, if a chakra is balanced or open, you know, everything is good out. That's what you're wanting. You're wanting your chakra to, the energy to flow as it should, and there's harmony. Now, if a chakra is overactive, that means there's an excess of energy that's flowing through. Once again, I made the analogy and I stuck with it because I really do like it. If you've ever read Goldilocks and the Three Bears, or whatever that story is called, okay, there needs to be specificity, okay? You can't have it too hot or too cold. It has to be just right. And that's how the chakras are. You can't have the chakras blocked or overbalanced. You need it just right for everything to go good. So just right is what you're shooting for. Now, there are known and unknown chakras, but the ones you typically hear about are the main 7, the 7 that we focus on in this series. We have already covered. We covered all of them, but you know, just to give y'all a little summary. Okay, we have already covered the earthy root chakra, dealing with your basic trust, your needs. Then we moved on to the watery sacral chakra, having to do with creativity and sexuality. Then we moved on to the fiery chakra, having to do with the solar plexus. It's having to do with your willpower and confidence. And that rounded out the lower chakras, which the lower chakras are dealing with your earthly aspirations. It's what you need on this 3D plane, or the things that you feel like you need on this 3D plane to be secure and to be basically live a happy life, okay? Then we moved on to the airy heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is the bridge between the lower chakras, talking about your physical aspirations, and the higher chakras, talking about your spiritual aspirations. But the heart chakra in particular focuses on joy, compassion, empathy, love, all of that, okay? Then we moved on to the higher chakras. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so geeked that we're almost done with the series. Okay, then we moved on to the higher chakras, talking about your spiritual aspirations. And we started with the musical throat chakra, having to do with sound, which is talking about your self-expression, communication, all of that. Then we moved on to the light third eye chakra, my favorite chakra, of course, you know, because of what I do. But the light chakra, you know, the third eye chakra, which deals with vision and perception and all of that, okay? And now we're finally at the last and final 7th chakra, the crown chakra. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the main event so we can get it pop and get it over and done with finally. But first things first, if you are new here, hi. My name is Elle from intuitiveasElle. I do pickle cards, talk about astrology, and I do other spiritually related videos. So if that's your zhush, drop down, hit the subscribe button, and while you're down there, hit that bell button so YouTube lets you know what's up, so I can let you know what's up. Okay, all right. We so hype. Okay, so crown chakra. So typically how I started off is crown chakra translates to the Sanskrit word Sahasrara. Now, Before you come at your girl in the comments section, do I look like I speak Sanskrit?
No.
Do I look like I'm Webster or Google?
No.
Do I look like I care if I pronounce the word right?
Hell no.
If you answer no to all those questions, you are absolutely right, because I don't care about that. I care about bringing you guys the information, and that's what I have. Now, Sahasrara translates to thousandfold or 1,000 petals. I do not know specifically why, did not get that far into the details, but that is what that translates to. Having a good crown chakra is basically the entire goal of a spiritualist or a spiritual guru, whatever you call yourself, whatever resonates with you. Your main goal would fall under getting your crown chakra open, balanced, whatever. So the crown chakra is located at the top of your head. We'll say 2 inches above your head. Hopefully this is still on screen. It looks like it is, but 2 inches above your head, located at the crown of your head. Okay, that's where crown chakra comes into play. And if you want to visualize something, basically it's like the crown chakra is sitting up here, and it's this white energy that basically comes down into your eyes, and then it kind of like expands upwards and outwards, and it connects us to every other being in this world. That's where we're getting our consciousness and divinity from, that connection that we have. And that's what the crown chakra is in its essence. It's talking about the connection between all. Your connection with spirituality, your connection with the divine, your connection with the universe, with consciousness, all of that. When talking about the crown chakra, it's probably going to be a little bit repetitive, just because, like I said, it all boils down to your connection to the divine, to the universe, all of that, consciousness, whatever floats your boat, that's where we at. I don't want it to sound like a spiritual, well, not a spiritual, I don't want it to sound like a religious video, because this is not a religious video. I am not somebody that considers myself to be religious, even though I was raised with Christian backgrounds. That's not me. But when I say the divine, I just mean the universe as a whole. But I'm going to keep repeating this stuff because I really want it to sink into your brain what I am talking about. So I don't want you to make the connection when I say the divine that I'm talking about a god or, anything anything specific. I'm just literally talking about the universe. When I say the divine, I'm talking about the divinity that we have in ourselves inherently. You don't have to be, you could be atheist watching this. I doubt that you probably are, but you could be an atheist watching this, and this is still relating to you. I'm not talking about a spiritual god or a otherworldly being that is controlling everything. When I say divinity, I'm talking about that inherent divinity in us personally, in everybody. This is not, oh, I'm a goddess and you're peasants. No. We're all divine beings, okay? We're all souls embedded in this human flesh body, whatever, okay? And we all have our own divinity. So on top of the connection to the divine, the crown chakra also talks about connections to your higher self, or basically connection to the divine, in which you are able to receive wisdom and communication and get understanding and clarity and all of that other stuff. This particular chakra is also very dependent on our transcendence of limitations that may be placed on us. It's kind of like, for instance, when we came down to earth, we basically were trained a certain way just by society, not saying you guys are followers or anything, but we were taught to believe certain things, such as we have to do X, Y, and Z, or we can't do X, Y, and Z. There were certain limitations that were placed on us. This is a way in which we are able to transcend above that, to know that no, I am a divine being. I am able to create, to consciously create whatever it is in this life that I want. I am a conscious creator of that. It's not just, I'm having to deal with the rules that you impose on me. And when I say you, I mean society, or it could be family, it could be friends, but just in general society. It is you being able to transcend what you're seeing with your physical eye, and to be able to look at that from a higher perspective, or to contact your spirit team, or the universe, your own personal higher self. Which, if you don't know what the higher self is basically this entity that is you, and it's the best version of you. It is that soul that is still connected to Basically, it's that soul that knows that you are still connected to the divine. You are the divine. You're not limited to this human experience that we have, okay? The soul, the higher self, is aware that you are a conscious creator. You can change anything in your life. It's just that it's the best version of you that can be. I have to do another video explaining higher self, but there. But it is essentially you being able to connect with your higher self who has more experience or perception of what is actually going on, because you got to think about it. Spirituality, if you don't know, tells us that we were basically reincarnated multiple times over and over. We decided to come down to earth to inhabit this body that you are currently in, so that you can learn lessons that will basically make your soul a better being. And then when you have learned your lesson, then you die, or you pass on, and you transform into another form, and then you go on to do it all over again until you are a rounded and whole soul. So if you are connected with your higher self, you are then able to connect with that experience they have. You only have one lifetime worth of experience, but your higher self may have had 9, 10, however many lifetimes of experience, and your higher self remembers all of that. We don't, because we forget things, because we are meant to just focus on this lifetime. We're not meant to focus on things that happened 3 lifetimes ago. So when we come down here, it's basically a blank start or blank slates for us to relive, this life. But your higher self has all of that experience. So when you're able to connect with your higher self, you are able to, basically your higher self can teach you things that you may not even have thought of, or they're able to give you perspective or wisdom. It's like your higher self is like that old grandma or grandpa, wise person in your life, the sage. If you're somebody that reads, or just like Joseph Campbell's, like his level of when he's talking about the character, he's talking about characters in a book. Like your higher self is like your Dumbledore, if you know Harry Potter. It's that wise being that knows everything. That's your higher self. So if your crown chakra is balanced, you are able to connect with your higher self, and they're able to give you advice and help you along so that you guys can grow together, because it's one entity. But your higher self is the part of you that did not forget. Your higher self is that part of you that knows that no one is better than the other, that we are all one. What affects you affects somebody else. It's all about union and harmony, and we are all basically just one consciousness, one breath. It's really hard to explain. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense. I'm going to move on. So the crown chakra develops from the ages of 43 to 49, and if you want an element attached to the crown chakra, it is going to be divine consciousness. I know y'all are like, that's not an element, because we think in water, but look, divine consciousness. When there is something going on with your crown chakra, you're typically going to have a life that is all over the place, is what I will say. You're going to have poor relationships, you're going to have poor judgments, poor life choices, and you're probably going to partake in some type of self-destructive behavior. Some physical issues that you may notice if something is really, really going bad with your crown chakra. I'm gonna have to look at my phone for this one because this is very scientific, but don't worry, I got something. I'm gonna say it in layman's terms for some other people, but for some of y'all that want the scientific, I got y'all. But I hear the other people, all right? So if you're having physical issues with your crown chakra, the crown chakra typically supports the pituitary gland and the pineal gland and the hypothalamus, or more specifically the central nervous system and the deep brain functions. In layman's terms, but other people that didn't have their PhD, or who really just didn't even, if y'all like me, I graduated, I stopped thinking about all of that, okay? So for everybody else, it's basically about, it supports the brain function and the whole entire nervous system. So if you're having specific issues with your crown chakra, you are going to notice neurological problems, okay? Reoccurring headaches, migraines, maybe tension headaches, nerve pain, psychological disorders, Alzheimer's or insomnia, thyroid and pineal gland disorders, and maybe even schizophrenia. And if you are having mental issues as it relates to your crown chakra, you are going to have loneliness, or you're going to feel really insignificant. You're going to have an inability to connect with others or to connect with the divine, or you're just really just not going to be the best you that you can be, because you're going to feel lost. You're not going to know your purpose in the world. There's going to be some type of confusion, which is going to lead to frustration and anxiety or even depression. You're going to feel discontent, and worse off, you're going to feel a spiritual disconnection. You're going to feel like life is really just not even, there's nothing about life that is trying to help you out. You're not going to have faith in that. You're not going to have faith in the universe at all. So some of y'all are about to get real confused, but let me just go ahead and explain this right now. I just want to go ahead and start this off by saying, at this part of the video, I typically go over if your chakra is blocked or underactive, if it's balanced or open, or if it's overactive. If you're watching this video, you're going to have something going on with your crown chakra, and that's just because inherently the crown chakra is not something that you can fully open and half open as a human being living on this 3D plane. So you're going to have a blocked chakra, you know what I'm saying? And chakras, honestly, kind of like, they're almost like sliders. Like it's not just you open your chakra and then all of a sudden it's good. It's kind of like in this constant flux of you having to balance the energy between all your chakras. And then one chakra, you might wake up and one chakra is messed up, and that throws off all your chakras. It's that constant flux of energy. But as it relates specifically to the crown chakra, you're gonna have some, like, it's not anything wrong with you. It's not something you did. I just want to let you know, if you were a human being, something is going on with your crown chakra. It is blocked or underactive. Okay, so just don't even. I'm still gonna go through, because there were different interpretations, and I did find something that was saying that, if it's blocked or if it's, balanced or blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go through that, but just to let you guys know, it's blocked. It's underactive. You don't really even have to, is it? No, it is. Some people may be closer to having their crown chakra open, but in the end, to transcend in that way, we would no longer be human. So the constant state of us is something would be going on with our crown chakra. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, if your chakra is blocked, you are depressed. You have learning difficulties. You feel weak. You may have very weak faith. You may have anger at the divine, or you may be really feeling disconnected spiritually or with the entire universe or consciousness, whatever. You may have brain fog, or you may be feeling fuzzy or unclear about when it comes to making choices or about life or anything. There may be this serious lack of direction in your life. You feel so cut off. You don't even know how to make decisions on certain things. There's isolation and loneliness. There's the inability to set goals, okay? And there's this disconnect from the divine, from yourself, just straight. There's no connection. There's a lack of connection with those things. And that's if your chakra is blocked or underactive, okay? Just. And now if your chakra is balanced or open, which, like I said, but, if it's balanced or open, okay, this says you have strong faith, the universal love, intelligence, you're aware, you're wise, you're understanding, you're having lucid dreams, you may be able to have vision, you're going to have certain clarity, you're going to have inner wisdom, you're going to have spiritual consciousness, you're going to be connected to the divine, to other people, to consciousness in general, which is just the entire world. There's going to be some form of acceptance. You're going to be focused and determined. You're going to be able to be creative. And you're going to be mindfully present, okay? And if your chakra is overactive, which, let me tell you, just like the third eye chakra, if you guys saw that video, if you didn't, go watch that video. But this is kind of one of those things that's like, sis, bro, you're not overactive. But that's one interpretation, and I'm trying to give you a well-rounded view on the crown chakra. So this interpretation of it being possible for it to be overactive, that's what I'm going to be giving you. But once again, there is no overactive, because if you have that excess energy, that means that you have transcended being human, and that is just not possible unless you are no longer human, i.e. you transitioned off this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. But what they said, you're dogmatic, you're judgmental, you may have a spiritual addiction, and you just may be ungrounded. Because the thing about it with our crown chakras, once again, there has to be balance between the lower chakras dealing with your earthly aspirations and the crown chakra dealing with your spiritual aspirations. You can't be too rooted on earth, but you also can't be up in the clouds. There has to be that balance in your body. So if you are so up in your head or in the spiritual realm, you are not able to live a life as you came down here to do, as your soul intended you to do. So there needs to be balance. You came down here to experience a human life, which is why we are in human vessels. We did not come down here to continue a full spiritual existence. There was something that we were supposed to learn, so we're down here to learn it. Otherwise, we would have just came down here as souls. We wouldn't have needed these meat bag bodies, whatever, we wouldn't have needed this. So it is at this part of the video that I tell you that it may be at this part of the video where you realize something funky going on with your crown chakra and you panicking. And I'm like, don't worry, sis can help you out. But there is something. The crown chakra is, once again, it's not something that you can just balance as easily. But first things first, if you are seeing me, hearing me, feeling me, and you have not liked, you have not subscribed, fam.
Let me tell you something, sweetheart. I don't know how y'all do where you from, but let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we don't do like that.
Okay, stop playing in these streets, okay? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down. Give me all the accolades, okay? Give me all the love, all the support, okay? Give it to me. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Y'all out here playing in these streets, though. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so as I was trying to explain, healing your crown chakra is a lifetime thing. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna listen to this hurts and do this thing and I'm gonna be good. No, it's a lifetime. Think of like how people say they're trying to reach nirvana. That's what it is. Like, it's not just, let me balance this chakra. It's not as easy peasy as the other chakras. It's definitely a lifetime gig. But I am going to give you some stuff that would help you along the way. But just know this is not something that you're going to be able to do like the other chakras, where it's like, oh, I throw on some music while I'm sleeping and it'll be all good. No, this is a lifetime thing, okay? And some people go through their entire life and still do not. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they have tried. So, relax, take the stress off yourself. Okay, this is normal. So if you are somebody that is into affirmations, you want to say things like, I know, or I understand, something basically that gives you clarity on the fact that you are a divine being and you are connected with other, the entire realm or divine consciousness, all of that. If you are somebody that is more into color therapy, you are going to want to focus on purple. I don't know if this light is actually pink, but it looks purple. But you're going to want to focus on purple light because the color attached to the crown chakra is purple or is white. So those are the colors that you are going to want to be focusing on. Unlike the other chakras that allow you to eat foods that color to heal that chakra, that is not the same thing with the crown chakra. The crown chakra is about divine consciousness, it's about being. And so the foods that you're going to want to focus on when it comes to eating, you're going to want to focus on things that are detoxifying and purifying. That is why a lot of people become spiritualists and they decide to go vegan or they decide to make lifestyle changes. Now, I am not pushing on you that, you have to go vegan to get your crown chakra fixed. That is not what I'm doing. I eat meat still. I know a lot of people, you know, they became spiritual and decided not to eat meat. My body still craves meat. Like, I really sometimes am like, I need meat. There are lifestyle changes that I want to make, like I am eating less meat, but there are still lifestyle changes. Like, I'm still eating meat, okay? So it's not necessarily a thing saying that you have to do this or you have to do that. It is more so being conscious about the stuff that you put in your body. So if you are somebody that is eating meat, then maybe, you know, conscious for you about what you are eating is making sure that, you know, you are eating foods that are meat that is pure, or that you are, I can't even remember the name of it, where you're making sure that if you're eating stuff from animal farms, you're making sure that they're being treated in a humane way. Maybe that's your type of thing. If you are vegan, maybe that is you making sure you're eating stuff that's organic. It's basically doing things that detoxify and purify your body, because you're trying to get toxins and all of that icky crap out of your body so you can vibrate high, you know, or the highest that you can possibly vibrate. So you're going to want to focus on drinking a lot of water, because water is grounding and water is also a purifier. And you're also going to want to focus on drinking fresh fruits. Other than that, you're going to want to focus on wearing purple clothes. And you're going to probably want to focus on visualizing a purple light while you are meditating. If you are somebody that is into crystals, you're going to want to focus on crystals that are talking about spirituality, inspiration, consciousness, divinity, all that. And those are typically going to be crystals that are purple, white, or clear. Some of the crystals we talk about all the time would be amethyst, clear quartz, selenite, I think I said that right, selenite, moonstone, and any other of those types of crystals. Now, the only crystals that I kind of have relating to the crown chakra, I have this amethyst, and if you watch my third eye video talking about the amethyst, then you probably should remember that I talked about how some people will dye clear quartz purple to make it look like it is amethyst, but it's actually not. It's a clear quartz crystal. I think this is amethyst. This is typically what it looks like, but I don't know. But in this case, it doesn't really matter, because clear quartz is, you know, whatever. And this is an actual clear quartz crystal. It's just very clear. So basically, yes. I saw on some lists that they had labradorite, which was third eye, was in that video. This is one of my favorite crystals. This is my favorite crystal. But yeah, so those are examples. If you are somebody that is into oils or incense or wax burns, you're going to be wanting to burn sandalwood, frankincense, lotus, and jasmine. If you are somebody that is into sound therapy, you're going to want to hum when you're meditating, OM or AUM, depending on, you know, whichever version you see, but either way it goes is as you're meditating. You're also going to want to listen to 400 hertz binaural beats frequency music. If you are somebody that likes doing something physically, what physically can I do to clear this chakra? What I can say is, because of what it is, this chakra really puts emphasis on you sitting still and being able to go inside yourself and connect with your own personal divinity and the divinity that is in everything that is around us. So meditation is going to be your number one. Meditation, breathing, that's the main thing for you to open your crown chakra. I know y'all sick of hearing it, but meditation. You want to do anything related to consciousness and sitting still. Praying is a thing too. Whoever you want to pray to, whether that is, you know, you could be Wiccan and pray to goddesses and gods. You can be religious and pray to God or Buddha or, you know, ascended masters, your spirit guides. Talk to the universe, okay? That helps with your connection to the divinity. And of course, as you pray, you also have to be receptive to receiving a response to your prayers. You have to be open to guidance that they are trying to give you. Last but not least, if you are somebody that is into yoga, you're going to want to focus on poses such as the tree pose or a headstand or even just a basic seated meditation position. And that is all that I have for you guys. It's been a long journey. Thank you so much for riding with me. If this is your first video, thank you so much for watching this video. I would recommend, if you were super interested in this, to go check out all the other videos because I did all 7 chakras. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Just thank you once again. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what's going on with your crown chakra. Do you think by the end of this lifetime that you will be able to get that straight, get that situated? Y'all, I'm so happy right now. Like, y'all don't even know. But once again, my name is Elle from intuitiveasElle. I will see you guys next time. Bye.